so this is Josh. So this is the gym. This is the owner of the gym that I was at teaching the seminar today. And besides being a gym owner, a black belt jiu-jitsu, he also runs a podcast called the I Suck at Jiu-Jitsu podcast, which is ironic because he doesn't actually suck at jiu-jitsu. He's actually pretty good. Bro, thanks for having me out.
Yes, thank you for coming, man.
Yeah. So where are we at right now? Because I know we're kind of in the outer St. Louis area.
Yes, so we're right outside of St. Louis. We're in Granite City. Granite City is considered the pinnacle of where people are trying to get to. It's pretty much like LA, San Diego, Granite City.
I love everybody in the background is shaking their head. No.
It's tucked away. It's tucked away in between two big cornfields. It's very much like the island from Pirates of the Caribbean that you cannot find it unless you already know where it is. But it is a really great place. And it's a great place to do jiu-jitsu. It's a great place to hang out with Chewy and do some jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, and the gym's cool. Everybody's super cool. So for some reason, if you guys are ever rolling through here, through St. Louis, and you can put Granite City on the thing, stop by and check out Josh's gym. If you live by here, you should definitely do it. And then if anybody wants to find you somewhere, where they can find you?
So they can, of course, find me on my podcast, the I Suck at Jiu-Jitsu Show, and that is available and everywhere. Keep in mind, I Suck at Jiu-Jitsu.
Why did you name it
It's
that?
a mindset, right? Okay, so if
I
we're being...
thought you wouldn't have like a positive mindset.
Look, if we're being...
I'm going to be a winner. I suck.
It's like this. If you're being totally honest, when sometimes you see a black belt teach something and it's like a freak athlete, someone, and then you discount it because you're like, they're just amazing, right? They're just this. And so I figured that being a sub-handsome 200-pound black belt adult might make people say, oh, this guy gets away with it because of how he is gifted or something like that. And that is very far from the truth.
What do you mean sub-handsome?
I said sub, like on par with handsome. I wouldn't say above handsome, but I would say right.
So like on a scale of 10 being most handsome, where do you see yourself?
I don't know, what do you guys think?
Here's a 10.
I mean, it's pretty good.
We got a few. We're seeing blue belts getting put up over there now. I guess we're getting some promotions.
These guys are looking for stripes. They're like
Nick with the
10.
7. Nick with the 7 staying a white belt forever.
Bring the stash back and we'll talk.
Yeah, okay, yeah. If I could bring my mustache back, I think I could hit 10. I really do.
I'm not getting 5.
5. All right, I got a 5. But it was a mindset. It was how you look at jiu-jitsu and the mindset, not from a discouraging, I'm on my way home, I suck at jiu-jitsu, I hate myself. It is, hey, it's okay that there are positions that I'm not good at, but I go in with the right mindset, and that's how I learn. When I go in with the mindset that I'm amazing and that I know everything, then what happens is you probably are going to stay the same or not get much better. But if you go in with the mindset that there is, for example, you start teaching some half guard stuff today, and I play almost no half guard.
Okay.
I suck at half guard. I need to get better at this position, and I'm learning all these details. But if I went in with the mindset of, I'm a black belt, I know everything, I'm great at half guard, and you start teaching stuff, I'm like, I don't need that, I do it a little differently, I don't need that, but I'm learning from a really good half guard player, so I just go in with the mindset of, I suck at jiu-jitsu, I want to learn from this person, and that's kind of, since like half the episodes are interviews, that's what I'm trying to do is like, find people that I can learn something from, and and stuff like that. But then, if maybe you hate the name I Suck at Jiu-Jitsu Show so much you don't want to listen to it, then you can check out my Instagram at Josh Mckinney.
And so I get the idea. So the idea is almost like it makes me think of how you talk about in Zen, the beginner's mind, right? Like always being open to something, right? Where you're never like, I'm good, I'm done, I'm great, I'm awesome. You're always there. I'm available to learn something new no matter where it comes from.
Exactly, and I think that is a mindset that not enough black belts, at least, and you may think the same or differently, but I feel like in the Midwest, especially, since for a long time black belt was impossible to find, and now that it's more common, people think that it is like the end all be all, and so a lot of guys that I've trained with will say that like, oh yeah, I am amazing at this position, or I'm great at this position. Like I have a knee cut instructional I did like 2.5 years ago, and I'm about to do a new passing instructional because I've learned so much since then. And had I closed my mind off and said, no, this isn't my instructional, this is all that works, how would I have upsold them?
Well, I do the same thing. I always like develop new ones, do new moves for the same like stuff. Like the courses that I put out, I usually update them later on because I get new stuff. I'm like, oh man, I learned something new. You guys need to see this one. This is a new move from this position, whatever. But yeah, I know you've probably actually seen a lot of people where a lot of black belts who got their black belt and maybe they were competing, they were rolling all the time, whatever. And as soon as they get their black belt, you'll never see them again. Yeah. It's like they don't compete. You don't see them roll as much. It's like they kind of like they don't go to cross training as much. It's like they try to almost they're worried about looking bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure, right? There's a lot of pressure. Even when guys get their blue belt, you can't lose to a white belt now, right? And so there's so much stress in jiu-jitsu that you have to perform to a certain level. But I really think that I wouldn't say to keep it playful, but if people kept it playful, I think that they would learn so much better.
Don't take it so seriously.
Yeah, I think that there is, and no one cares, man. I've gotten, so a bunch of my students and I have went and competed in the last like 6-8 weeks. We did 3 IBJJF tournaments. I got submitted from the back in the final 3 times. 4 times. Yeah. I had 3 times, yeah. The other time I got submitted from the back was in the open class. That was in the final. But, and that happened, right? I mean, my students couldn't hate me any more than they already do, so it's not like I lost any respect from them. But no, in all honesty, I think as a competitor, not that they should be like commending me for losing, but to say, okay, I lost in front of my students, they all still love me. How are we gonna go and fix this? Sure. How are we gonna go and work on this together as a team? And I think that mindset is contagious, and it just makes everybody better.
Well, and your actions speak way louder than anything you actually say, right? So if you go out and you're telling people you guys need to learn from your mistakes and blah, 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 the normal stuff we always hear, but then you're not actually living that, people are going, you say that, but you're doing something different. But if you're out there living it, if you're actually going out there and you're rolling, making mistakes, getting submitted, trying yourself, and then having to come back and, redo things like that, it shows that, yeah, you're saying it, but you're also living those words and saying, I'm actually putting this into practice. And just like you said, it's contagious because then it's not like the words actually have weight to it because they have the actions behind it.
Yeah, you hit me with the same butterfly sweep like 2 or 3 times today. And every time my response was not to punch the mat, it was to laugh and ask myself, okay, what happened there? Why did that happen again? Where was I at? What could I have done better? And even mid-round with that mindset, people will say sometimes like, oh, you feel like you are problem solving in the middle of the round. Yeah. Like that's because you just don't go into the bad attitude. If you go into the right attitude, you can say, oh, that's screwed up, but if I can get to this position again, I wonder what would happen if I did this. If it fails, who cares? You got swept last time, right? But if you can have success with it, then you're like, oh, that's how I problem solve in those matches.
Well, even like when I was trying to double underpass you, I was trying to do the move that we worked on today, right? Trying to hit it, and you were doing a good job of fighting that grip off. And I wasn't even angry about you stopping the move. I was more impressed with your grip fighting. I was like, that's pretty good. I'm gonna have to remember that one to look up a different option for it. So. Absolutely. Well, brother, thank you for having me out.
Yes, thank you for coming, man.
And then, guys, later on this week, Josh will be showing a technique for you. So just be looking for that later on this week on the channel. And we'll talk to you guys next time.